Okay, Miley, welcome. And I was just gonna say, the night that I met you, I also met someone else that same night.
Uh-huh.
Remember, I sent you the text the other day. The dude was like,
Oh, yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
I met that guy that night that I met you."
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So, and Misa?
yeah. So it looked like maybe a good night. In hindsight, it didn't seem like a great night, but then now I'm like, okay, I met Miley and I met Josh, that's his
Uh-huh.
name, and yeah, so it was a good night. All right, so Miley, let me ask you some questions. Do you know what the difference is between a simp, a boss, and a creep buying you a drink?
Like when I meet someone for the first time, if do I know what type of person they are?
Like, what's the difference between three guys that are buying you a drink?
Uh-huh.
One's coming off as a creep, one's coming off as a simp, and the other one's coming off like a boss.
I think I can tell, but I'm a really bad judge of character.
Is it for you? Is it just how attractive he is? How charming he is?
No, I mean how charming he is for sure. Yeah. No, the attractiveness doesn't really have anything to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as long as he's suave and smooth, he could buy you a drink and you won't.
Confident. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a question we asked on the last one.
Oh, what did they say? Was it looks?
The girl was it was like some Russian accent girl, and she didn't know what a simp was, so we had to explain it to her. But the dude ended up answering the question. So
how's a guy gonna answer that?
well, he's in the nightlife, so he's kind of like, oh,
he
well,
can see it.
Yeah, he sees it all the time, I guess. Okay, here's a good question. What if a guy that you just start to date, and you start to kind of like him, and then you find his Instagram, or he like, not that you stalked him and found it, but he has pictures of his ex on his Instagram.
I don't like that. I do not like that.
I kind of had a situation like that. That's why I brought the question up. I was like, okay, this is real life.
Yeah. No, I don't know. To me, it shows that they're still holding on to something.
Okay, but what would be the ideal scenario? Like, that happened, now what?
Oh, I would talk to him about it, and I would just ask him, what's going on with you and your ex? And then, I mean, I don't know, I think guys their initial reaction would be, oh, you're crazy for going through my stuff, and like, why are you tripping? That was so long ago, whatever. But I don't care. I still think that that's a sign that they haven't been able to let go.
That's gaslighting.
What?
If a guy says that, he knows.
Oh, really?
He's just trying to.
Okay, well then.
So I told the girl, I was like, don't you think it's a bit strange that you have your ex on your profile? And then she's like, no, there's nothing wrong with it. And I was like, red flag.
Oh, no. Guys tell me all the time, oh, they were a part of my life. These are memories. I'm just keeping it for the memories. I have no attachment to them anymore. I don't buy that. Okay,
it's bullshit. So it makes you feel some type of way, but are you going to continue with him?
I'll give him a little bit of time because, they might not have remembered or whatever. So I'll give him a little, like a time limit. And then if by that time limit he doesn't do anything, even though he already knows that I've brought it up and it's an issue, then if nothing changes, then yeah, I'll cut him off after that.
The promoter dude, he kind of gave a good answer. I was like, nah, fuck that. And then he was like, I would give her 4 months because you don't have, and it made sense. He was like, you don't really have the say in their life
at the very beginning.
Yeah, like you got to give them some time to kind of acclimate to
see if you're worth it, kind of thing.
Yeah, and he said 4 months is like a good time limit to kind of be able to make those calls and be like, I'm not comfortable with you having that on your page.
Yeah, I would say 2 months.
Yeah, I know. I'm a lot sooner. I would say like, yo, way sooner. Yeah. Like if I even catch that shit, I'm like, yo, you're not even over him.
You should have known when you met me.
Well, like you said, it's like a bad sign, right?
Yeah, it's just some attachment, whatever it is. They're not able to let go.
Yeah. Okay, so total red flag. We're on the same page. Like it's a total red flag, and we don't like it.
Yeah.
2 months is like really pushing it even. right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I got some more questions. Okay, gym acquaintances of the opposite sex. How do you move forward
Oh,
on those?
I don't know. I don't go to the gym. If someone I'm dating has a gym BFF,
Let's
I'm
say it's not the gym. Let's say it's like you're a regular at some smoothie place and him and you're always there at the same time and you know, there's like some kind of
I'm the person that they see regularly.
yeah.
Okay.
Like it could be anywhere. I mean, hypothetical, maybe it's like you're at work and there's a coffee shop and then like you guys both at the same time usually get coffees and you kind of see him often.
So what's the question?
Like, okay, you think he's cute and there's like this eye contact sort of, but like nobody's initiating it. Like, what do you do?
Oh, I won't initiate. I will never initiate. I don't want to set that precedent that I'm going to be chasing the guy. Like,
but girls usually don't initiate. They won't walk up and talk to you, but they'll do some kind of like
flirting and stuff.
some kind of like, you know, like make it known.
Yeah, small talk, but that usually doesn't work for me. Like guys are really dense.
Not small talk, but you know how girls do the little like, you know, the look or whatever.
I don't do that. I don't,
no?
I don't do that.
So what would you do if you wanted to get someone's attention?
I would ask them to help me with something. Oh, can you pass me that or something like that? And then
can
that
you
would
tie
be
my shoe, please.
But that would be like kind of opening the door for them a little bit. So then if they're interested, then they can, you know.
I hate that. That's so passive. But for a girl, I get
what would
it.
you want?
Let me just say this first, okay? Like the gym thing, right? When people are like, "Hey, are you almost? How many sets do you have?" And like, you know that they're not at like the dudes usually do this. Like they'll go up to a girl and be like, "Oh, how many sets do you have?" Motherfucker, there's like a million other weights that you could have picked in this whole gym. Like, why you go to the girl and ask her? And I think
you know why they're doing it.
You know why they're doing it, but why don't you just walk up to her and say, "Hey, you're very pretty. Would it be okay if I asked you out sometime?"
Oh, because sometimes people are mean.
I don't know.
So
I had a really good conversation. Remember I said I met a dude at the gym? He was giving me like this feedback of like, "Oh yeah, so some people like me, I'll turn over every rock." Just cause like I don't want to be seeing you like with these all awkward like eye contacts and you know like and we don't know, like I'm gonna get it out of the way right away. And then I'll never talk to you again after that. Like I won't even look at you. I'll look the total opposite way if you pass me, because I mean you said no to me, you turned me down, so there's nothing there.
Wow, that's cold.
It's not cold. Like, okay, let me ask you. Let's say you talk to a dude and you said, "Oh, you know, you're handsome. Would it be okay if, you know, I took your number?" And he said no. Would you ever talk to that guy again?
I mean, you're gonna see them in the future, so it doesn't make sense to like.
Yeah, I hope they see me when I'm on Forbes list of billionaire.
Wow.
Okay, so you see this guy. Let's say you're in a hypothetical situation. You see this guy at this coffee shop that you know is a mutual workplace center in the middle that you guys have this like connection, but there's nothing that ever happens. You like you'll ask him, "Can you pass me something?" or like some kind of thing to open up the door.
Yeah, I'd try to make it known that okay, I'm open to talking to you, or you know, like I'm not completely closed off.
So you're not totally like, I'm not going to initiate like connection or contact, or what's the word
I'm not gonna make the first like move as far as
that is the first move though. If you ask him to pass something,
well, I could just be
dude's like, she don't need nothing. She just asked me that because she's trying to talk to me.
Well, maybe.
So you would?
I guess, but I would leave it up to him to take the next step.
Right. So like, you know, he kind of he gave you you gave him an alley-oop. He has to finish the dunk. Okay.
Because I've done that to girls too, like just to try to meet people. You know, I'll talk to girls or I'll compliment girls or whatever, and then it's like up to them. Okay, if they want to get to know me better or whatever.
How is it making friends for you in adulthood?
It's hard. Yeah. It's really hard.
It's not hard. It's so easy. How did we become friends? I just walked up and was like, "Hey, beautiful." That easy. I need that.
Girls
that
are
button,
different,
that
though.
easy
Like
button.
girls with girls are different.
Right. Well, is guys with guys different?
I don't know. I feel guys are pretty chill.
We have that like camaraderie, that like brotherhood.
Yeah. Yeah. I think guys are more open and just there's no competition. I feel like girls kind of have, I don't know.
What does competition mean? Like she's gonna steal your man or something?
No, girls are just sizing each other up and like seeing if like, they want them to be a part of the group or whatever. I don't know.
You're right. Dude brought that up in the conversation the other day. He's like, girls are real competitive and they don't want their friends to do better than them. And
yeah, those are bad friends. Yeah. But
is that just all girls or is that just toxic girls?
I think it's mostly toxic girls, but there are a lot of toxic girls out there. There are some girls that are super down to earth and chill, and like, they're not competitive, but that's very rare in my experience.
So it's inherent in a woman's nature to be more competitive.
Don't twist my words.
Well, that's what you're saying. The majority of them you haven't seen.
I'm saying in California. Yeah, in California, I don't know what it is, but like I went to school out of state, and it was way easier to make female friends.
What state?
Pennsylvania.
I went to Minnesota. Everyone was so sweet there.
Yeah, everyone's really nice.
But then also everyone had a gun in their trunk, and the women had them in their purses and stuff. I was like, damn. But everyone was like so nice.
Yeah. What's wrong with having a gun?
Nothing. What? Trying to go shoot someone?
No, it's self-defense.
Okay, all right, I got you. I'll make sure I put a top law firm when you murk someone so that we get away with it off self-defense. Okay, let's move on to the next question before we get convicted. Did I ever ask you the helicopter crash question? Or were you there?
I don't remember.
Okay, this is gonna be fun. All right. The love of your life. You guys are recently married for 2 years. And he is like an adventurer and he goes out on some like expedition and there's a helicopter involved. And helicopter crashes.
He's in the helicopter?
Yeah, and apparently he dies and you are just devastated. You're mourning.
Oh, I think you did tell me. And then you find out later that
Yeah. So what was your answer? Do you go with person number 1 or 2?
The person that I'm with.
Really? Mm-hmm. I get conflicting answers from everyone always, and they have good points. But so why the person you're with? What if you're married? You're still technically married to that dude, and you were so in love with him.
Yeah, but how many years have passed?
Like 2.
2 years, and I've already moved on to someone else. Like, I went through the grief. I processed the loss. I'm a different person.
One of the people was like, "Yo, cave girl, does she even still speak English? She was running with the wolves and stuff."
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay. We cut to the chase on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Okay. How do you like a first date? How would you like it to go? I know you're not the one planning it; it's the dude's responsibility. But how would you?
Yeah. I don't know. It's my opportunity to get to know what the guy likes and how he operates. So I'm pretty open. I'm down to do whatever.
Like go back to his house?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay, you said whatever. Okay, let's just clarify.
If he's inviting me to do that, then I know what his intentions are. So
you want a scenario where you guys can talk so you can kind of get to know him.
For sure. I want to be able to talk to him and get to know him. Or we could do something fun too.
So what if he just asked you to coffee?
That's fine, but I'm not going to take him seriously. Yeah.
So it's not fine then?
No, it is fine. It's fine for a first meeting. Yeah.
So like he asked you to coffee.
If I'm not sure about him, that's fine. And if he's not sure about me, then that's fine. If he wants to make sure I'm not catfishing him or whatever.
Would you prefer the first date to be coffee so you can feel each other out, or dinner so you can feel each other out?
Dinner, Yeah. It's just a more intimate setting, and it shows that he's invested a little bit more, and you can talk for longer than with coffee, I think. I don't know.
That's true. Dinner's like 2 hours, coffee's like 45 minutes, and the
Quick.
coffee shop owner's like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, so besides dinner, like a little bit more, elaborate a little bit more, like what kind of dinner? A $500 dinner? A $75 dinner?
Oh. It would be cool if it was some place that I've never been to, but not like I had someone take me to Corner Bakery and I was like, nah.
It's like a lunch.
Yeah, that's
thing.
like a lunch thing. So I don't know.
So he needs to at least spend like $125.
No, not like that. Just somewhere where if he wants me to dress nice, then it's an appropriate place for that, you know?
So not a hole in the wall.
I like holes in the wall if it's like somewhere I've never been.
So do I.
But it has to have like character, you know what I mean? It can't just be like.
But the point is it's not, the food might be good, but it's not like some fancy place that you can dress nice at and whatever.
There has to be, if it's a hole in the wall, it has to be a reason for it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I really like tacos and he knows a really good taco place, you know? If there's that thought behind it, that's fine.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's lunch, dinner, if it's $200, if it's $100. It could be Chipotle.
No.
It can't be Chipotle.
No. What's special about Chipotle?
Just for a first date to feel each other out? No.
No.
That kind of gives off like a stigma of the dude's cheap and he's not trying to take you serious.
Yeah, it's just like coffee for me. I don't know.
So if it's an authentic taco place, hole in the wall, but you love tacos, then maybe. Yeah, but even then, it's kind of like, No,
I would like that. Like if it's like a taco shop that's known for like fresh made tortillas.
Do you like tacos?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I know a place. All right, so it's kind of like the thought that counts because he remembered something about you, and then you're like, oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that makes sense. Otherwise, take you to a nice dinner where you can dress up.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's
okay. What would you prefer though? Do you prefer the nice dinner on the first date or like the thoughtful thing? And the thoughtful thing doesn't have to be dinner, right? You said it could be like an activity.
Yeah. So I feel like the more thoughtful activity would be with someone that I get along with really well, right? Otherwise, how would they know that? But the standard, like, hey, we just like started talking and he doesn't really know anything about me, would be dinner.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. So it's like either you're comfortable to the point where like we're there yet, we're there already, or like, nah, we need to have like a long conversation first.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Let's see. Okay. What if your partner works a lot and you only work 20 hours a week? Like he works 80 hours a week and you work 20 hours a week. Do you think something like that can work or vice versa?
It can work, I think. But I mean, you have to understand if you want someone that's successful, they're going to be working a lot and they're busy. So if you want someone who's just going to bum around with you all day, then it's just not a good match.
What do you personally want? Do you want him to be away more often or to be present more often?
So I do believe that no matter how busy someone is, they can make time for someone if they think it's worth it. So we might not be together all the time, but if he's checking in and stuff, I think that's fine with me.
He could be working 100 hours a week, but as long as he sends you like little texts here and there throughout, maybe not all day, but just like enough for you, then that's cool. You're not your love language is not time. What's the thing?
I do like quality time, but yeah. I also understand that, I mean, I'm a professional too, and I'm not always free either. Like there's just you just have to work sometimes.
Would you rather be with the professional that works 50 hours a week like yourself, or someone who is a billionaire who works 100 hours a week?
What do you think?
I think you like the finest things in life and
I
to
think,
be treated nice.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that we always are looking for someone who's like you can learn from and who can bring more to your life. So, yeah.
Okay, so you'd be willing to sacrifice quality time for somebody that's a higher caliber and
Yeah.
works more.
Yeah.
Okay. What about when like there's kids and family involved? Does that change the dynamic? He's
I mean,
never around. He doesn't change diapers. He refuses.
That's fine. I mean, as long as he like has a nanny and stuff. But I don't know. I think that's so. I mean, my brother's kind of like that.
He doesn't come to your birthdays.
Yeah. So my brother's successful,
Right.
and he has a girlfriend, and they just had a baby, and he sees the baby on the weekends because he just works during the week the whole time. But he makes the effort to be there on the weekends when he's free. So
he's like, it's just a baby. What the fuck does he know? But I'm sure that when the kid's like 7,
yeah,
he's gonna take more of an active role to be that like example for the kid.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, when he's working, but when he has time, he makes that time. You know, that his priority is family when he's not working.
So you could be in a relationship like that where the guy, he's always working.
Yeah, if he's not like going out and like messing around and stuff, then yeah.
So
like,
so as long as the loyalty's there, then you're fine with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's fair. But I don't think a lot of girls can handle that. Even though they want the rich guy, I think they're like, no, you know, the quality time's important for them.
Oh. All right, I mean, then the rich guy's not a good match.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Okay, could you be with like a gym head because you don't work out?
So the thing about gym guys is they always are on a diet, and I like to eat like everything. So no, I mean, if that's an issue, then no. Like, I need to eat.
I mean, he's not gonna stop you from eating, but you mean like going out to restaurants?
Yeah, going out to eat and stuff. Like, if they're like, oh, I could only eat like tuna and peanut butter or something like that. Like,
that gets on your nerves?
Yeah.
Fucking man up.
Like, come on.
Grab a steak, motherfucker.
Yeah. And like, yeah, then that limits our opportunities to like, I don't know. It's fun to go out together.
What about the whole like he's at the gym while you're not and doing some other activity that doesn't bother you?
No, that doesn't bother me.
Okay. What if he
has a gym BFF?
Yeah, gym acquaintances, and you know, does that even come across your mind?
So if I had an issue with that, then as long as he introduces me to them.
Why would he introduce you to some gym crush that he's not even like, it's not even nothing there. It's just kind of like.
No, if they're like gym buddies.
Gym buddies is different, yeah.
A gym crush, how am I going to know if he has a gym crush? And why would he tell me that if he's dating me?
At the gym, there's plenty of people, right?
Uh-huh.
So like there could be a lot of opportunities or whatever. So he's in like, essentially he's at some kind of club. There's a lot of other pretty women around. That's fine.
Oh yeah. No, if a guy's with me, then he's with me. I mean, if he's not, then better to find out sooner than later that he's gonna stray, you know? But if he has a gym BFF, a girl that he's hanging out with all the time, that's different. And I would want him to introduce me to her just so that I know that they're just friends.
So you want to meet the girls that are crushing on your guy?
I hope they're not, but they should know that I'm with him.
So you're territorial, you just want to mark your territory?
No.
Lift your leg.
I mean, isn't everybody a little bit?
No, not everybody is. Like, okay, how do you feel about your guy doing like a Miami trip with the boys?
I have to trust him. his friends are kind of, you know, you don't hang out with people who
What
are
the
completely.
fuck do you mean you have to trust him? You know he's gonna go out there and be into all kind of fuck shit with his boys. That's when you grab him by the ear and be like, no,
Really?
yeah. If you
You
want to
could-
be territorial, you got to kind of like, you know, put your foot down when he talks about that.
No, what I mean is like, in order for him to go to that on that trip, I'd have to be able to trust him. So I need to know what type of person he is, how his friends are like. If his friends are all like F boys,
Yeah, his friends are all F boys.
oh, then no. Like,
you're gonna just tell him like you're just gonna go out there and fuck some other hoe.
If he really wants to go, then
the relationship's probably gonna deteriorate.
Yeah. Either at that moment or later on.
So how do you feel about girls that insist on going on girls' trips and their boyfriends are like, yo, no, but then they do whatever they want anyways?
Oh.
They deserve for that relationship
don't you
to
think
end?
girls' trips are like, well, maybe it's different now, but I feel like girls' trips are not that wild.
Depends on where it is. If you're going to Minnesota, but if you're going to Miami, then nah. Then I don't trust that shit.
Oh. Okay. Well, it'd have to be a conversation.
I feel like I just break up with that person.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even be like, hey, I don't want you to go.
No
just
questions. No questions.
Really?
Because if she's already saying I want to go and fuck other guys, she's not saying that, but she's basically saying that.
I don't know.
And girls have all
I really like to travel, so I would want to go.
Yeah, but you went to like the Philippines and all kind of like normal shit, not some kind of party lifestyle type thing.
Yeah, but I would like to experience everything, so I would want to go. What if she said you could go too?
Are you hearing that noise?
No, what?
Oh, never mind. What if she said what?
Ghost?
No, there was like some noise in my headphone. Go ahead. If she said that, what? She's going to.
You could come too.
Oh, that's different. That's way different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like we asked that question last week about if she's going out to a nightclub or whatever. Like, as long as I'm there, you know? Like, you're not going out by yourself, though.
What if she invited you to go and you're like, I'm tired? Like, you really don't want to go?
Still, no.
Really? So if she invited you to go, but you don't want to go, she can't go?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm telling you, if you are like, you just said you're territorial. How are you territorial when you're just going to let your dude go out or want to go out? There's boundaries. Like, that's a no-no for me. And I feel like a lot of guys feel that way too, but they don't want to be that control freak and be like, you can't go out, da, 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 da. And I won't be a control freak. I'll just be like, that's how I feel. You do what you want, but guess what? There's going to be consequences.
Oh my God. But okay, like she wants to go out and
it depends where she's going out to. If she's going out to Mesa, no. But if she's going out to like some dinner with her friends, that's different.
Okay. But she's inviting you out and you're the one that doesn't want to go.
Future billionaire in the making. I don't fucking want to go out to all that dumb shit.
But why wouldn't you trust her to go even though she's like, you know?
I trust her if she says that she doesn't want to go. If she says she wants to go,
without you?
Yeah, then I don't trust her. Okay, let me ask you, okay. Your dude, he's got some fuck boy friends. And he's like, yeah, I just want to have a night with the boys and go out to Mesa or whatever. And you know, you don't want to go that night. How do you feel about him going out? You know what's going to happen.
Is Mesa that scandalous?
I'm not saying Mesa. I'm just saying, for example, you know, like a place like that.
Well, okay. If his friends are going to act up, then he's probably going to act up too. So, yeah. But if he's with some friends that I know that are like good dudes, I'm probably not that worried about it.
Right. Like it depends where he goes. But his friends are not good dudes.
Yeah, then nah.
What would you do? What would you say? How would you feel?
I just tell him that I don't like it. I don't know if that would be worth breaking up over though, but
you give him like a 3 strikes and you're out.
Yeah, something like that. Like just give him opportunities to show me that he's considering my feelings, and then once he's showed me that he doesn't really care, then it's probably time to end it.
Okay, so you kind of just let him hang himself with his own rope.
Yeah, just like you.
What do you mean? Oh yeah. Because you can't force anybody to do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You
Yeah.
just let them do what they please and show their true colors. Because I know if somebody is like real loyal, they won't want to go out without you unless it's like, I don't know. But just
I
even
think
then,
that's also something where if you're older, that's more the case. If you're younger, I feel like,
yeah.
yeah,
If you're like 20, 21, then
you just want to go out and party and have fun and stuff, and you don't really care.
but even then, I know what you're saying. When you're younger, it's way more acceptable because it's like that's what you're supposed to do. But that doesn't mean that fuck shit doesn't happen.
Oh no, it happens way more when you're younger. But then when you're younger, it's also like, okay, well, if they get mad at me, then I'm just gonna find someone else. You know?
Yeah.
So
But the point is like if
you want a
those
committed relationship,
then those boundaries need to be drawn, right? And if and those rules are broken or whatever, then it's not like an instant this is done, but it's like, yo, this is going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
All right, cool. I feel like you're a pretty logical girl. Okay. Do two people with different religions, could they have a long-lasting marriage?
That's tough. They could if they weren't like hardcore religious, I think, because you're bringing in not just them, you're bringing in their family too, you know? And if their family doesn't like you, then that's
All right, let's say the family's like, fuck that bitch. Marry a Catholic girl or marry a Muslim girl.
It's going to be a terrible.
But you love him. Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, well, then, I don't know.
And he loves you.
Then he's going to have to figure out what to do with his family because.
So both y'all have to cut your families off then. Because he's like, yo, I got to cut mine off, then you got to cut yours off.
I don't know. Yeah, if my family didn't accept who I was
No,
with.
your family did accept, his didn't, but you said, yo, what the fuck we gonna do? He's like, yo, I guess we gonna have to both cut our families off.
Oh, no. No? I wouldn't cut off my family for someone, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Red flag.
Well, you would? You would cut off your family. When they haven't done anything, they're actually like welcoming.
I love my family. But the future person that I'm with takes precedence.
I feel like once you're married, I think, yeah, okay. But if you're still in the dating phase and trying to figure out.
That's what I mean. Like, y'all are about to get married.
About to is not the same. If you're getting married to someone, you already figured out the family stuff.
Okay, so okay, going back to the situation. So you guys are different religions. We're talking about family right now. We'll like get off that train of thought and like put like other hypotheticals in there. But okay, for now, family are in a disagreement because of the religion.
Okay.
And you're saying that you would do what? Like you guys are you're engaged and nearly getting married in this whole shit show.
And his family doesn't like me?
Yeah.
Then he needs to
Not that they don't like you, but they just wanted him to marry the same religion.
Well, he needs to figure out how to stand up to his family and explain it to them. But honestly, if his family doesn't like me and we don't get along, and that's a big issue for them, it's just not going to work. And I don't think it's worth it to fight that battle.
He's not worth it for you? He's a billionaire?
It doesn't matter. Like money at that point, if you're
He loves you too and he treats you really well. And it's just
family. But then okay, so what's gonna happen if his family is like
he's gonna cut them off.
Oh, he's gonna cut them off?
Yeah, but he's like, yo, we gotta make a fair deal.
Oh, but then I gotta no. I think my family's worth more to me than a billionaire.
More than love and connection and family and kids.
Yeah.
So you'd rather spend the rest of your life with your siblings and your parents than your own children?
No, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not that close with my family. But if someone's going to give me that ultimatum, that's not the person for me.
Okay, let's say the shoe's on the other foot. It's your family that's not approving, maybe it's not religion, but for whatever reason, but you really love him,
Uh-huh.
then what do you do? Do you take your family's counsel, or do you go with your heart?
I would go with my heart. Yeah.
So, like, what if it caused you and your family to break up? Your brother's like, yo, this fucking dude is not the one. And you think he is. And he's like adamant, like he's not. And then he, what's the word? Excommunicates, or I don't know what the word is. He bans you,
I mean,
disowns you. That's what I was looking for.
oh, I mean, that's fine. Whatever.
So you're willing to be disowned by your family for love?
If he's the love of my life, then yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to have to watch this back to
What
see
do
how
you-
much contradiction is going on here. Okay, so we talked about family and it not working out, and religion and it not working out. Is there any other reason why like two religions could not work out? You kind of hit it a little bit. You were like, depends on how serious that person
Uh-huh.
is. If they're both not that serious about their religions, but they still care, but it's not like,
Mm-hmm.
then that could work out.
I think it could work. Yeah. If you're, well, my dad was Buddhist, my mom's Catholic, but they had to make an agreement to raise us as Catholic, the kids as Catholic.
So your dad put his foot down?
My dad was Buddhist. No.
It was the other way. Your mom put her foot down?
Yeah, basically, she's like, "Well, we can't get married if we can't agree to this." And then he's like, "Okay." But so we went to church, but then he was always in the back, just like talking like trash. But but it can work.
What if it's like 50-50 where both the parents want the kid to be exposed to two religions? Do you think that is good? Or is that kind of confusing?
Oh, I think it's both. Yeah, it's good to have exposure, but yeah, it's probably confusing too.
I feel like it's good. I feel like give him all the information, and then when he's an adult, he could pick on his own what he wants to do, or she.
Yeah, but are you gonna like do all the like baptism and then?
Yeah, he's gonna go. He's gonna be every religion that there is, and when he comes to an age of reason, he could decide what he wants.
Do religions have rules like against that?
Like to be multiple religions?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Well, I mean, I'm not an expert. Okay, let's move on from this question. Let's see. Okay, your billionaire future husband, me. No, I'm just kidding. Wants a prenup. How does that make you feel, and what do you do in that scenario?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you feel some type of way about this. Okay, go ahead.
I don't like.
What does it say to you? Like, what is that saying to you? Why? What's your initial reaction?
My initial reaction is that he's planning for divorce.
Well, what if he's like, I'm leaving you with like 80 million?
In the prenup?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're like, shit, I'll take that. But he's a billionaire, so like you could get 500 million.
Oh. I mean, as long as I'm taken care of, then fine.
So 80 million is taken care of, right? You're not getting half his shit. But,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But 80 million. What if he only leaves you like 4 million?
That's fine.
What if he only leaves you 250,000?
What is this?
What if he's not a billionaire yet, and then he becomes a billionaire after, and he leaves you 250? Would you want the prenup to get like
a postnup to modify it?
Yeah, modified.
Sure. I don't know. What's he gonna do if we don't modify it? Get divorced?
I'm just throwing all kinds of shit out there. I didn't really think this one through. Okay, so unless he is fair with you,
right,
then you're okay with that. But when I first asked you, you were
honestly, if during the marriage we were able to build up and I could like have my own business or something like that, I'd be cool with that.
Why would you want your own business? He's a billionaire. He's like, baby, just go shop all day.
No.
So you still want to be working and productive?
Yeah, I still want to build stuff. I get so bored shopping all day.
Would you want to help him build his empire, or would you want to build your own little mini empire that's like off in the distant, that's not even.
Oh, either one. Yeah, I think those are both.
So it's just to keep you busy pretty much?
Not to keep me busy, like it's just
What do you want to build a business for? To get successful or just to have something to do? Because if you work under his business, right, you could help him and you could just grow it way more significant. But would you want to have your own thing to like have that independence?
it doesn't matter, either one. Yeah. But I wouldn't want to like sit around at home all day.
Right. Okay, so when it comes to like raising kids, how involved do you want to be? You mentioned having nannies. I think that's a good idea, but how involved do you personally want to be? Do you want to have nannies? Do you think having nannies
I
is
don't
a
know. I
good
feel
idea?
like I'm getting to the age where I'm not gonna have kids, but
We could do something about that.
oh god, no. I think nannies are good. I think that if you don't have a nanny, it just puts a lot more stress on the relationship for both of them. If you can afford it, it's worth it, I think.
Yeah, I think the mother should be there 100% of the time, fully involved. But there's certain things like, yo, baby's crying at 2 o'clock in the morning and it's like gonna fuck up your sleep the next day. The nanny should be taking care of that. Or like, like the mom should be coordinating all their sports and pianos and all that. But then like have a driver to so she doesn't. So like the mom still, I feel, has to take a super active role 24/7 with the kids, but help is definitely needed.
Yeah, I agree. I know so many families where they're extremely wealthy and then they just pawn their kids off to other people and they're just not involved. And the kids always have problems. They always have they're looking for attention some way. They start turning to drugs. They're trying to escape or something else, and it's really sad.
Yeah, like I guess Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, they're not leaving their kids very much money. Like I think Bill Gates is only leaving them like 10 million.
They're like donating it to some foundation or something.
Yeah, and they say that if the worst thing you could do is like leave kids with like inheritance, it'll fuck them up. But I think in the same train of thought is like the whole nannies is if you don't take an active role and you just pawn it off like you said, then yeah. Okay. Let me see if I got any more questions. I think I got a handful. Oh, okay. This was the one that I started off with last time. Okay. Is being a mama's boy the same thing as being a daddy's girl, and why or why not?
Interesting. I feel like a mama's boy is worse because
A daddy's girl sounds actually like a good thing.
I think so. I think it helps a girl to be more active, know how to be treated, respected, things like that. I feel like a mama's boy is just kind of like can't do anything for himself.
There's definitely like a stigma with being a mama's boy. Okay, so the way I answered this last week was that I don't think there's anything wrong with having that close, loving connection
with the mom,
with your mom.
Yeah,
but
no, I think that's a good thing.
But I don't think women want to hear that. They want to be oblivious to it. They don't want to be like, the dude's like, oh, I talked to my mom about this or it's this and that. The girl's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, I want to hear you be talking to your mom all the time. And they won't say that directly, but they will feel that.
No, I think a guy having a good relationship with his mom is indicative of how he would treat you. The only thing is, if a guy's really close with his mom, then it comes down to, okay, if there was a issue with me and the mom, whose side is he going to pick? And if he's going to choose the mom over me, then that's a problem.
Okay, so just don't tell her about your close relationship with
No. The close relationship is good because that means he respects women, things like that. But
you just don't want to
if it's my husband, he needs to have my back. Like once you're like in a relationship like that,
like there's not two lionesses in this lion den.
Right, yeah.
Okay, then going back to
And he can't just take like the neutral role and just be like, I'm just gonna stay out of it. He can't.
right. Going back to the daddy's girl. So a girl that has a close relationship with her dad is good because she's not gonna seek attention from the wrong guys.
Uh yeah, I guess. I could see that.
Okay, so they're different.
Mhm.
That's not fair. You know that? That's
What-
totally not fair. Why do you guys get your cake and eat it too?
What-
I'm just kidding.
Wait, would you have a problem with the girl who is close with her dad?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding. I want her. I think the same line of thought that I was going on is like I want her to have that close relationship. What's up?
Nothing.
I want her to have that close relationship. I just don't want to hear about it all the time. If I hear, oh, you know, I talked to my dad about this and I asked my dad for this advice and this and my dad, like, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm the fucking one in charge here. I'm the boss, not your daddy, okay? Like, he gave you to me, like he handed you off. Now you're mine, you know?
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna ever say that. I'm just saying, like, just the feelings, the innate feelings or whatever. But I want her to have an upbringing that she was close with her dad, so that she's not insecure and she doesn't have all kinds of daddy issues. There's
Okay,
that.
so what if a girl grew up with her dad that spoiled her, and then now she expects you to do the same?
Oh, okay. I had a totally different opinion about this like 5 years ago.
Okay.
I hated it. I was like, oh my God, spoiled ass little bitch, you know?
Uh-huh.
But now, like, my mind is I think I'm gonna be super successful and I think I will be spoiling her probably 10 times more than her dad did. So now I'm just like, yo, that's cool. I'll be your new daddy, you know?
Yeah, so I think that that's actually the case a lot of the time. The people who are complaining about how to treat a woman well are usually people who can't afford it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Um
So that's not an issue then, if her dad and her were close and he's like spoiled her.
No, it would just be an issue if his word took precedence over mine.
Okay. Yeah, same thing.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
you did say
okay.
that. Okay. Okay, this one's a funny one. Who picks the movie on movie night?
It alternates.
What if he's a bad picker?
Oh, you just gotta put up with it.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that answer. I wouldn't put up with it though. I'd be like, bitch.
That's
hand
what we
over the
did
remote.
growing up. Like me and my brothers.
You would sit there and watch a shitty movie?
Yeah, and they watched my chick flicks and stuff, and it was
Really?
yeah. And you know what? We grew up, and now when people talk about that stuff from back then or whatever, we know what they're talking about because our horizons were expanded. So it's a good thing.
So like if
That's why I know all about like Commando and like all these action movies. I never would watch that, but my brothers did. So I know about them. And they also know about Sound of Music and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know.
okay, what if you were with a partner that was like, nah, I'm picking him every night?
No, that's selfish. No, I wouldn't like that.
He's the most amazing partner in every way, but he's like, yo, I'm picking the movie.
No. Well, maybe when we watch it together and then I'll just watch my movies separately.
Yeah. I think that like it depends. Like sometimes you just pick bad movies, you know? And like one person has better judgment. Like they can scan movies quickly and then like read the description and be like, oh, this is gonna suck, this is gonna suck. And then 9 times out of 10 they're right. Like the one case that they're wrong or whatever, but like we're going
Plus,
with the
if
odds.
you watch a movie that sucks, you can always change it.
But that person will be offended, like, yo, I just picked this. It's only 5 minutes
and
in.
they like it?
No, like let's say the person that's the good picker is like, all right, you get to pick this time. So the bad picker picks, and then within the first 5 minutes, it sucks. But then
then you just go to sleep.
So you can't just go to sleep every time. Oh, you mean like go to sleep?
No.
We're not really watching this movie. So you think equality is important? you're not just gonna go with the most competent person.
I don't think that it has to do with competence. I just think people
Let's
have
say
different
let's say you guys
preferences.
have the same preferences. Like y'all both like the same genres.
Okay.
But you suck at picking and I'm amazing at picking.
Okay, well then, yeah. I mean, if that's the case,
And
and I know that I suck, then I would just concede. But
yeah, and this translates to like other areas of life too. You know, like you're terrible judgment at certain things.
Like a driving, I'm a terror. You know.
Right. So I'll drive every time. Like there's no question.
Yeah, that's fine.
But like this translates to other things too.
Like
there's a lot of things within a relationship that, you know, there's decisions to be made. And I feel like I'm that way too. It's like, yo, I'm letting you handle all the shit that you're good at. You know, I have no say about it because I don't care. And the movie thing, like I don't think a person should care that much about.
Right. Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. Like, okay, fine, I'll watch your Barbie movie. Fine, whatever. Barbie was like not that bad though.
I didn't like Barbie.
Really?
Yeah.
What was bad about it for you?
I don't know. It just seems so tacky. I don't know.
Tacky?
Yeah.
There was no like morals or anything?
I don't know. I didn't like it.
You just don't like Margot?
No, I like Margot Robbie. I love her.
Oh, okay.
Wolf of Wall Street, she was amazing.
Yeah.
What? What?
I mean, she was in a lot of movies since Wolf of Wall Street that happened like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That was the only one she was amazing.
That was the most memorable one for me.
I took a first date to that movie and she was like a good girl and everything. That was so awkward. All the crazy scenes in that shit. I was like, yo, I didn't know. Sorry. I was like,
it's a good movie though, right?
Fuck yeah.
Did she like it?
I don't think she liked it.
Really?
Yeah, it was a little too
much for
crude for her. Yeah, but I do that sometimes. Like I didn't know, but I did know. Just that's what I wanted to watch. I took a girl to watch Cocaine Bear one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I knew she didn't like scary movies. I don't like scary movies either, but it wasn't a scary movie.
It
was
funny,
just,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like I thought that shit was funny. Ooh. Okay, what are some of the reasons why couples are on and off so often?
Oh, like on again, off again relationships?
Yeah. Why do they do that?
Probably the sex.
The sex.
Yeah.
But like, maybe it's the lack of options too, because you could have sex with a lot of different people.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like good every time. You know what I mean?
So there's that chemistry that you've built up with that person over time.
I think that's the main reason. I mean, it could be other things, but I think the people who like for 2 years or whatever, they're on again, off again. It's probably the case.
So I guess, especially when you're younger, sex could have a pull. I don't know. Is it when you're younger? Like girls get more when as they age, right?
Get more what?
They have more of that drive. Like that's what I've noticed when I was like in my early 20s and the girls are in their early 20s, like they didn't want it that bad. But then like as you get older.
I think as you get older, you just feel more free to do that. So yeah, maybe.
It's fucked up, isn't it? How nature works. Like as guys get older, we don't have as high of a sex drive. And then the girls have more and then like whatever. Do you agree with that or am I like tripping?
I think there's some truth to that. But I think it's more because when girls are younger, you're supposed to be, you know, not share yourself with everyone and be, you know, innocent, whatever, or people are going to shun you. And then as you get older, it doesn't matter as much. So then they feel more free to date more or whatever. And then guys, I think it's just a physical thing. Like, yeah, their bodies start failing them.
Yeah, the whole area.
And they get desensitized too. When they've been with a lot of women, you know, it's not as exciting. I don't know. You tell me.
Still pretty exciting every time. I mean, it depends how hot she is.
Oh, God. Really? Is it just looks?
Yeah, I think so. I'd rather
Really,
have
100% looks.
not 100%, but I mean, I think that's the first thing.
Yeah, initial attraction, but like, doesn't someone
Okay,
become more attractive if you really get along with them?
let me ask you this question, okay? I think this is the question you should be asking me, but I'm gonna
Okay.
ask you, okay? Would you rather have sex with someone who's incredibly good looking, charming, all that stuff, but the sex is just average? Or would you rather have sex with somebody that is not those things, a little bit awkward and not as good looking and dad bod, but sex is crazy good?
Number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Just close your eyes.
No, because I think that if you get along with someone really well, then the sex can be amazing. Yeah, looks aren't everything.
Okay, but
like there's a mental aspect to it.
Right. Like he knows all the dirty things you're into and he just whispers them in your ear and it just gets you off, huh?
No, but if you're really connected with someone, like you just know how to move or what to do.
Like y'all both orgasm at the same time?
It's like, yeah. Like it's really cool. Like,
oh, what happened? You know what we could do? We could just end the stream and then switch the cameras.
Okay.